Great. Thank you so much for being here with me, Boman. I just loved the movie. I thought it was so lovely, and I mean, it's very emotional to watch it. I think it brings back so much for all of us who have parents who are aging, whom we have to leave sometimes, whom we sometimes can't take care of, or not well enough. I think it really is. It's just very moving. So thank you so much for making it,
Thank you. Thank you for saying
and
that.
thank you so much for making it so beautifully with such little details. Like I love the Godrej Almirah. Every middle class home, for instance, and now I think increasingly all these things are getting lost. But things like that, the Godrej Almirah, the your wife's sari in a packet. These little things that people have actually forgotten now. What middle class India was like. The typewriter and your obsession with using it. Of course, it's explained by the typewriting school that you run as well. But these little things, which I think are sort of getting lost now. Thank you for bringing it all back. There's a lovely feeling around it. So tell me, how much of it was something that you grew up with, was something that you wanted to do. After I saw this, I felt that you must have wanted to be an architect at some point in your life because
No, no, no.
be-
Anyway,
because you spoke. I mean, your character spoke of it with so much love and passion. So there's so much to talk about. We only have a little time, but let's do the best
I'm
we
just
can.
enjoying listening to you talk. I'm feeling so.
So I just loved it. There's so much to love about it.
I'm so glad.
And the bill, the restaurant bill. Sorry, how could I forget that?
Oh,
We always have that issue with our parents. They
I,
always look at the prices on the menu, and it always intimidates them. So thank you for that as well.
Kaveri, you said it all actually. You made it so accessible in that sense on a relatable level that the film needs to first draw in an audience and say that, hey, this is a story about me. The story
Yeah,
about my father, my mother,
yeah,
my kaka, my whoever. And then
exactly.
there's enough of the layering for you to appreciate maybe as a good film.
Yeah,
And as you spoke about the detail, you spoke about the Godrej cupboard, and then also what was written in was his external being, his
yeah,
external personality being the fancy clothes that he wore,
yeah,
which wanted to be
yeah.
perceived as somebody who was successful. And
Right.
that little hole in the wall, that bat cave that
Yeah,
he had. And people say,
yeah,
that doesn't quite seem right. No, exactly. That's exactly the reason why it was there. Uh,
yeah,
why he takes so much trouble over his clothes. And because he probably wants, when pictures go to his father, he wants his father to know that he's successful. Then he gets caught
right.
out. Look at his
Yeah,
house. And look at
yeah.
ah, he's not achieved his full potential,
Potential.
and he realizes that he's caught wanting, and we
Yeah,
needed to establish that to take him to the midpoint where he has a hole in the wall on the ceiling,
yeah.
and you turn around and say, "Okay, this boy will have to stop saying I'm an architect, I'm an architect. Put your money where it is."
Right,
Yeah, and he has to rebuild. So we start the second half with him carrying a stone like Sisyphus up the mountain, right? And,
right.
and so there are lots of little touches that we put in later. Zenobia used to always tell me, I hope don't make it so esoteric or symbolic or metaphorical that you alienate an audience. And not at all. It doesn't
No.
it doesn't
Yeah,
matter. You first get the audience to the accessibility range of the film, suck them in, and then with
right,
detailing, they'll pay attention to the other details, to
right.
the sari, to the talpatri that's flying.
Yeah,
It all kind of adds up. The little
yeah,
boy, the little boy who plays cricket with the old man, and the little boy leaves, and the
yeah,
big boy enters. Now, you may or may not get it, but it doesn't matter as long as you get
yeah,
get the heart of the story.
Yeah, yeah,
The story about two very flawed yet lovely guys. They're both
yeah,
beautiful, but they are not
right.
beautiful with each other. And
Yeah,
that's what the film is about. When you see that, why is he such a bag of laughs with Zara, and he's so must have been a wonderful husband with Shivani. He was like Rajesh
right.
Khanna when he spoke about when he went to buy a sari and saying, aise ho gaya, and I saw her, and that's oh, son is saying, yaar, mera baap to Rajesh Khanna hai, yaar. And
Yeah,
so and you're seeing him in a different light. But
right.
with him, not so much, because
Mm,
his intention was to push his son to be a best version of himself. And his
right.
methods are terrible and they get misunderstood. And the son himself is hiding behind that. Because I don't
Yeah,
want to be rejected. Because a whole bunch of bearded men hiding behind their Swiss watches are going to tell
right,
me good enough. No, if it's not good enough, do another draft, you silly boy.
right,
You know what I'm saying?
right.
So they all have their flaws and they all have their wounds. And
Yeah,
life sometimes does not give you as many opportunities. Three times
right,
to the airport, three dinners, three times to the
right,
airport. Come on, fix it.
right.
They don't know how to fix it. They have an argument at the drop of a hat over what? Try and identify it when they're having a drink on
r-
the balcony. What were they
Yeah,
over? We
yeah. I mean, yeah, you know,
dead
suddenly it
battery,
just, yeah, right.
a dead battery.
Yeah,
So the scene was written with that purpose. Templates of all misunderstood conversations. We is talking about typewriters being obsolete, saying you call me obsolete.
you
Arey,
call me obsolete, exactly. And he said,
and then I
no,
mean
yeah,
obsolete.
yeah,
Oh, shut up, old man. Just listen quietly. You know what I'm saying? So I love the dynamic. I love the misunderstanding, the attempt to make change, the
right,
attempt to try and listen. If he mentions on the balcony that oh, India, Bombay has become like any other
yeah,
city,
right,
glass and steel. India is not looking like India,
yeah,
he's looking the other. He's talking.
yeah,
And
yeah,
very thing that came to his rescue.
exactly. To his rescue at the end.
And he's saying that, no, Taj Mahal, so he starts drawing Taj Mahal. So he's listing
Yeah,
things that make I can draw the
yeah,
Taj from a different
yeah, yeah.
perspective. So those are the details that I really, really enjoy embedding in there with my dear friend and my partner in crime, Alex Denelaris. I mean, what a beautiful journey we've had over the last 10 years. Uh, I'm proud to know him. I'm proud to learn from him. I'm proud to call him my guru and all the stuff that we put in there and he's put in there. You see the hard work. You can see the hard work.
Absolutely. But it doesn't look like hard work. It looks like a lived
Beautiful.
life.
That's the best
That
thing you
is what
said.
is nice, you know. It looks so, it looks like, it's just been put there because it's there, you know. That's so lovely. I think that is the beauty of this film. Everything looks as if it ought to be where it is.
Ah,
Whether it's the dining table, whether it's the kitchen, whether it's the light falling on the young man's face when he's in office through those old windows, which now you barely see in anywhere,
right.
It's so lovely. And I think it also speaks of a certain love of Bombay, which I
Yeah,
think is
so
something
nice.
that you,
Yeah.
right? It's something you've seen over the years.
I'm so glad you said that. I had to make one
The
about.
old lifts, which you really have to struggle to close, and then there's another
I
floor
had to
that
get
you have
an
to
old,
walk up to.
I had to get, no, not because it's an old Bombay kind of thing, but that shot, like we'd written it in that, when the cage of the lift shuts, tarang,
Yeah,
you see these
yeah.
two guys
These
literally in
two
jail with
guys.
each other,
Yeah,
you know. And then of course, they're so close to each other, feeling uncomfortable with their bags and so, so everything was kind of we took from Bombay, but we also had to talk about two characters, on
right.
three very strong female characters.
Yeah,
I
I was about to say that. The sister, Pooja Sarup's character, she's a doll. She's a real doll. Where did you find her? She's an Indian American actor?
no,
No? Okay, I'm sorry. Who's she? She's
casting
the
bay, casting bay sent me a whole bunch of beautiful character actors, and And they were all, reading. And then this girl was in Uttarakhand with her husband in some cottage somewhere up in the mountains. And she comes out of the cottage and she starts talking, Daddy kahan hai? I said, who's this? And what's she wearing? She was wearing some odd pajamas and some striped shirt, looking like a zebra and a cross with a giraffe. And I said, what is this? I said, please bring her clothes along and tell her not to comb her hair. And she's beautiful. I just fell in love with her. I just fell in love
Yeah.
with her. And she came to the office. Now we have to go to a system of casting to
Right, right.
get it okayed with Amazon. So they had to send her, this is who I want. There's a process. And then I kind of did a reading with her in the office. And I said, this one is sensational. When she goes on the elevator, she meets my wife. Oh, welcome to the Mehta Boys, my wife tells her. Calls me and said, I'm already cast. And I said, who told you? He's saying, your wife. And I said, oh, you're not supposed to. She was cast the moment she came out of that cabin. She
She's
was,
wonderful.
and my Shreya, she's such a beautiful, beautiful actress.
She's
And she's
such a,
such
yeah,
a breath of fresh air. The way
yeah,
she's so understanding. Her brief, she keeps talking about it when we do our. She keeps saying that I kept telling her that you're powerful and you're successful, but that doesn't mean you have to be aggressive.
aggressive. Yeah, yeah.
Still be powerful and successful by being
Soft
gracious.
and kind and
Great,
gracious.
and get your
Yeah,
point across.
yeah,
And first thing that she says, you're good. And it
yeah,
scare the hell out of them. Go
yeah,
show them your work. And he says,
yeah,
I say, oh, yeah, I did what I had to. Oh, yeah.
yeah.
And then he says, we should date. And I don't think so. She smiles. Oh, they're dating, but she loves him.
Yeah, yeah,
Otherwise, why would she say all those things to him if she didn't love him?
exactly.
It's her love language.
Yeah.
And in the last scene, I mean,
And the Babu Basu. Oh,
he's
that
superb.
was
Just his presence is
really
so
the
good.
best thing. I mean,
I
just
have
him
no
there.
idea why I pay you.
So I think everything just came together so beautifully, right? You had your mindset on Babu earlier, or you?
No, no, one fine day while driving home, I said, I know my Bangali Babu. And I called him and said, I haven't acted in many years, Boman, I do theater. I'm not so, I don't know if I said, no, Babu, you'll just make it work. It's stature. It's his stature.
Yeah,
And there he is, like Solomon sitting over there, after the whole thing goes up and he looks up. We don't know whether he's accepted the drawing in the last scene.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Looks down and he looks up. And the audience is saying, Bol yaar, tumko pasand aaya ki nahi drawing?
Yeah,
But then we come to know when he takes the drawings home to his father, and that is
yeah.
the climax. This climax
That's right.
movie, it is the riskiest climax in my mind, but
Yeah,
we went for it
yeah,
to show that the climax and their big scene is him looking at drawings which he doesn't understand. And he looks at it,
right.
okay, and looks at another one, and the boy's looking at his father. And he said, okay, he seems to like him. He knows I'm successful. And then he uses that line when he says, I already thought you were fighting with me, but now I realize you're just pushing me. That's it. That's a climax.
But I mean, this is a story of so many relationships, right? So many things that are not said or not said in time. There's that sadness there as well. There's a lot of joy in it, but there's that sadness there as well, right?
Also, it's sad. And it's sometimes uncomfortable.
Yeah,
It's uncomfortable. There are some people who say, I can't watch because it's bringing back some very odd memories
yeah,
for me. I
yeah,
mean, when I was reading, did table readings with my family. I used to do a lot of table readings, fed up of me. Table readings with my family. And everybody said, I cannot handle the scene where they're going to have a punch up in the rain.
right.
Why? Because it's making me uncomfortable. I said, then that's the best thing.
Yeah,
You have to be uncomfortable. And he says, you didn't ever think about this? You didn't ever
yeah,
think about this? Kabhi socha
yeah,
nahi tha. Well, I've heard people who've actually come to blows with their father.
yeah, of course.
Why are we hiding from that? Why are we
Yeah,
hiding? Oh, why are you hiding? That anger has to
yeah,
come out at some point. And Avinash is outstanding in that scene because till then he's holding it. He's holding it. He's
yeah,
holding it. Then he's
right.
and he says, this is my car. I've been driving it for the past 10 years without you with your hand on the handbrake, and I'm still alive. Those are very hard words.
Yeah.
Those are hard words. He's basically the subtext of the line is saying, I can do without you. I'm
I
manifesting.
can do exactly, exactly. And no one likes to hear that, no?
So the old man hit back. You
Yeah.
call this car a car. You call this house a house. Oops. And then things are going to spiral out of control again.
But Maman, you are so wonderful in the film as well, just playing a person on whom, age is catching up. He's just had this terrible setback of his wife, whom he clearly adored. And, even when you get up, you sort of, there's a slight stoop in your figure, and your hand is on your back. Everything has that element of, someone struggling with age and yet sort of, carrying on. So talk a
Struggling
bit
with the
about
loss of his
yourself.
manhood. Struggling with the loss of his manhood.
Yeah, exact. Actually, yeah,
He's
that's
lost his
it.
wife, he's lost his home, he's lost his passport, he's lost his identity, he's lost his self-respect when he's unable to pay a bill.
Right.
And a little kid bowls underarm to him. That's
That's
the kindest cut of all.
right. So I think that you must have thought about this person for so long, it must have been with you, this character.
I think it was not just the character, Kaveri. I think it was all about understanding what the central theme of the film is. And then the character comes about because the central theme is about manhood, stupidity, and a male ego, and and uh, and missed chances. And
Hmm.
you not everybody's going to get three trips to the airport.
Yeah,
And, and the final flight is your final journey. Is
right.
their final journey.
Yeah.
And and before that final journey, and we kind of precursored it with the sister saying, you may never see him
Never
again.
see him again. Yeah.
So that is the representation of the final flight.
Kind of
And he
flight.
turned
Yeah.
and said, you may never see him again. What are you sitting on your high horse for? And they're dying to meet each other.
Yeah.
The moment when he turns around and tells his son, do they play cricket in America?
Nice and
He's not
baseball.
speaking to his son. Actually, he wants his son to come and say, Dad, you'll be fine. Don't worry.
You'll be, yeah.
But he's saying, no, what am I going to do over there? You're uprooting a big old oak tree from its
Yeah.
root, and you're taking him, and then you're saying, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. So I was talking to somebody else before this, and she said, yeah, old men can be very cranky. I said, yes, they can, but understand it from their point of view. They are cranky because they're losing out on something. You're not being understanding that you're uprooting him and you're talking you're going to late for the flight. No, they'll wait.
Yeah.
Rush me, man. Don't
Mm.
rush me. You understand. I am finding it very difficult here. I'm leaving everything behind, every memory, my dance. So you're the one who's actually having a tantrum. Oh, let's go, let's go, let's go.
Yeah.
Both people are right. I'm not saying, even the old man
Right.
had a tantrum. It's just on the face of it, he had a tantrum, right? So it took a long time to shape this film together,
Yeah.
Kaveri. Years, actually, years. Just years and years. Many, many trips, yeah. And I'm very, very happy it's shaped the way it is. My greatest joy, Kaveri, is I made the film I wanted to make, the way I wanted to make. And that's it. So if people say it's a good film, I don't know. You decide. That's not for me to decide. I know what I wanted to make according to the best of my ability. This is all I know how to make my first. That's all I can say. I don't know if it's good or bad. All I
No,
know is I can make.
it's lovely. What are your director friends saying about it? Are
Yes.
they welcoming you to the club?
Of course, of course, of course. They've
They must
always
be
pushed
happy.
me. What are you waiting for? They keep telling me. Ram and Raju and Shujoy and Shakun and everybody. Chalo yaar, bana lo. But I am a slowpoke. What can I say?
I know, but I think everything, whatever you do, you take your time to come to it, just like your acting career. But
Hmm.
when you're in it, it's perfect. So I think you're actually the poster boy for all late bloomers who think that life is going to pass
Oh,
them by. Actually,
poster boy, I've never heard that one for me.
but seriously, I think there's so much merit in having patience and resilience and, just keep at it, right? We're often in such hurry.
I'm in
We
one.
needn't be. Yeah, I think that's the best part. What next, woman? I'm sure everybody's asking you that.
Writing something like that.
Writing. Yeah, lovely.
But this one will be quicker because definitely
Yeah,
I
but
can't
of course, acting. You
act.
can't. You
No, no,
can't
I won't.
not do that. Yeah,
Of course, acting to करेंगे ही करेंगे.
wonderful. What a pleasure to speak to you. And it's a film that I think needs to be watched at least twice. There are
Yeah.
lots of little nuances that everybody should enjoy. So thank you very much for making it, and I hope you make the next one quicker.
Okay, dear.
Thank you very
Thank
much. Thank
you
you.
so much. Thank you,
Bye.
Kaveri. Thank you,
Bye.
Kaveri.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.